today's edition of News 6 is made possible in part by a grant from the Toledo Edison Educational Services Program.
Welcome to News 6. This program is presented by Miss Marta John's Language Arts class from Gateway School in Maumee, Ohio. Later on, we'll visit some people and places from around town. But first, we have a special performance right from our own school. Julie?
Gateway School has more than cheerleaders to pep up the teams. We have a pep band, which is directed by Mr. Harold Waters. There are 11 different kinds of instruments in the pep band, and a total of 52 band members. The pep band plays for all of the home games. We practice for 1 hour before each game. Some of the songs we play are Rocky Top, Star Spangled Banner, and of course TGIF. Really a lot of fun, and we hope that we are a help to our team and our school spirit. Eric?
Maumee has a park that offers activities all year long. It is called Sidecut Park. The park got its name when the Miami-Erie Canal was in use because it was a side cut off the canal. You can still see 3 canal locks. These were used to raise or lower the canal boats 10 feet. The park offers many activities within its 300 acres. There are historic sites such as the canals. There are ponds for fishing and ice skating. There are ball fields, picnic areas, and playground equipment. You can also learn about the nature at Sidecut Park. Trees have been labeled so that you can learn about them as you walk along the paths. The most common animals are chipmunks, red-and fox squirrels, turtles, opossum, and raccoons. There aren't any dangerous snakes in the park because most of them died out many years ago. Although floods from the Maumee River sometimes tear apart the park, the Metro Park Service Rangers really do a good job getting it back in shape. Charlotte?
Safety City is an educational program that teaches preschool children about city safety practices. The 2-week program takes place during the summer. Safety City is really a miniature city, complete with streetlights, crosswalks, city buildings, houses, and a railroad crossing. When the program is completed, each child is awarded a certificate of merit. News 6 visited Safety City where Officer Mark Harbauer talked with Ruth Pitzen.
Officer Harbauer, what is Safety City?
Safety City is a program designed for preschoolers to acquaint them with the safety habits before they go to school that school year.
What kinds of things do you do?
Well, we are visited every day by somebody new. The children, for example, learn one day about water safety, one day about school bus drivers. They take a ride on the school bus. The paramedics bring the life squad over and show them what the ambulance is all about and not to be afraid of it and what to do if they see one coming. They are visited by the firemen in a fire truck. The animal control officer comes over for a day. Toledo Edison comes in for a day and teaches them about electricity and the dangers of electricity.
Do you think the kids enjoy Safety City?
Oh, very much so. Most of the children look forward to coming back the next day, and the first couple of days they're unsure, but once they realize that they're having fun and that there's nothing to be afraid of, they all look forward to coming back.
Thank you, Officer Harbauer. This is Ruth Pitzen reporting for News 6.
The program is held at Wayne Trail Elementary School. It's a great way for children to learn about safety and to meet new friends. Betsy?
History is not dead. It is alive and flourishing at the Wolcott House Museum in Maumee. This museum is unusual because it is a complex of buildings based on New England lifestyles of the 1800s. The Wolcott House was built in 1827 by James and Mary Wolcott. The Wolcotts were prominent in business and community activities. Mr. Wolcott dealt in things such as groceries and hardware and was involved in shipping. He also served as a Lucas County judge and as mayor of Maumee. Mary Wells Wolcott was the granddaughter of the Miami Indian chief Little Turtle. She remained sympathetic towards the Indians in Maumee. At night, the Wolcotts would sneak Indians into the basement to provide food and shelter. Behind the Wolcott House, there's a pioneer log cabin. There's also a depot which was built in 1880. The gift shop is a Greek revival home, and a saltbox farmhouse was built in 1841. The museum will open again in April. Public tours are available on Wednesday through Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Group tours are available by appointment. Derek?
Wouldn't you love to be Casey Jones for just 1 hour? Mr. Val Bragg has spent the better part of his life doing just that. He has a 1 1/2-inch scale railroad at his home near Monclova. Mr. Bragg builds beautiful railroad replicas from scratch. He and friends get together in the summertime to run the rails at his Anthony Wayne Railroad. News 6 visited the railroad where Mr. Bragg talked with Jason Steinhurst.
Mr. Bragg, is this an unusual hobby?
I really don't think so. There's about 25 fellows here in the Toledo area that are interested in steam, and we have a club here.
When did you get into steam?
About 13 years ago. When I was a kid, I got started in it in these little electric trains.
Could you tell us how the train works?
Sure. You fire them with coal, just like the big engines, and they run 100 pounds of steam pressure.
Do you make your engines from ready-made parts?
Some parts I do. I buy the whistles and the steam gauge and the little couplers in the back of the engine. Some parts I make wooden patterns and take them up to the foundry and have them cast.
How long does it take to build an engine?
It depends, of course, on how much time you can put on, but it takes me about 4 years to build an engine.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm building a new engine, and it's modeled after Norfolk and Western that they use down east in the mountains. And it's called an articulated locomotive, which means there's 2 engines under 1 boiler. These engines are just 1 engine under 1 boiler. Our main line track is 2,700 feet right now, and this spring we're going to enlarge it another 400 feet, so we'll end up with 3,100 feet on the main line alone.
Thank you, Mr. Bragg. This is Jason Steiners reporting for News 6.
That is all for today. We hope that you have enjoyed the show. News 6 will visit Walbridge, Ohio next week.